Hey guys, it's Trey once again back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be continuing on with our programming fundamentals playlist. In the last video, we went over while loops, how you can declare them, how it works, and we literally traced through the code to see how this all runs, okay? So if you haven't seen that, go back, take a look at the while loop video. And if you haven't seen for loop video, go back before that one, take a look at the for loop video and um, learn this concept of loops because you will use them. If you're a programmer, you're going to be using loops. All right. So next up, today's video, we are talking about the do while loop. All right. So I'm going to uncomment this do while code. All right. So a do while loop is pretty much a while loop. The only difference is it will always do one iteration first. So with a while loop, let's go back up and take a look at the while loop. So here, our while loop, this condition can be false on the first try. If we set this I to 3, when we get to this while loop, it'll say, is 3 less than 3? No, and it just will never run this loop. The difference between the while and the do while is we could set this do while count, which I will end up, let me just do that now. I'm going to change this to I just to make it easier to understand. All right, so remember, I is our initial value, and this is what keeps track of what position we're at, okay? And in a regular while loop, if we set this to 3, this while loop will never run. It'll just skip right over it because this condition will be false immediately, which means we never run this code, all right? But in a do while loop, we could set this to 3, and it'll still run once. It'll run at least once. It will always run at least once, all right? So that's the difference between a do while. So let's take a look at what we wrote down here. So here, this is declaring an array. This should be some normal stuff. Should know what that is. Here we're declaring our initial value, which we've done in the last two loops. If you haven't seen those videos, go take a look at them. But here we go. We set it to 0. This is our initial value. This I will keep track of where we are in our array. Then we declare the do while loop. All right. So basically, we write this do, and then we have our curly braces, and then we have the code that we want to loop over. All right. This is the same code from the while loop video. It's just moved down here, and we're putting in a do while array. So just a different name variable. It literally has the same values. Yeah, so this is the same code. So this is the same code from the while loop video. We're just adding one to each one of these values and then incrementing I. All right, and then after we do this curly braces, we do the while part, and this is declared just like a while loop. While and then a stop condition. All right, so initial value, how much to increment by, and then here's our stop condition. Same thing. All loops have those. All right. So yeah, this will run the same way. We can go through over it like we did last time just for sake of completeness, but this will run just like a regular while loop. The only difference is this will be done at least once, no matter what your condition is. We could set this to 3 and it'll still run once, and then it'll get to the while and say, oh, yeah, no, let's not run this again. All right, so let's trace it. So once again, declare, declare, we get to the do, it goes into the loop and it says, all right, so take position 0 because I is 0 right now. So we're saying at the do while array, give me position 0, which is this guy, and we're going to assign whatever the value of position 0 is, which is 10 plus 1. So that's 11. So this will equate to 11. We're going to assign 11 to position 0. This is position 0. We're saying position 0 needs to be set to 11. All right. And then once we do that line, we go to the next line. We say I plus plus, so I is 0. We add 1, so I is now 1. We reach the end of the loop. Once we reach the end of the loop, we're going to go ahead and check the stop condition. So we're going to say, is 1 less than 3? Because this is 3, and we know this will give us the length of the array. So is 1 less than 3? Yes, it is. So we're going to go back up at the top of the loop and do this again. So now we have give me position 1. All right. And then we say set that equal to the value at position 1, which is 20 plus 1. So that gives us 21. Now we assign 21 to position 2. So this position will have 21 in it. And then once we do this line, we come down, we add 1 to I, which will now make I2. Now that we're at the bottom, we check the stop condition again. So it's 2 less than 3. It is. So we go back up, start the loop over again. Give me position 2, which is right here. And then we're going to say, give me the value at position 2, which is 30. Add 1 to it, which will make this equate to 31. Assign that to this do while loop at position 2, which is right here. So we set 2 to 31. Then we add 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Now I is equal to 3. We reach the end of the loop. So we come over here and check the stop condition. And then we say is 3 less than 3? No. So now once we get to this point and this is now false, we just stop doing the loop. We come down and then we print out our do while array, which should now be 11, 21, and 31. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run this to prove it. I'm going to say node pf lesson 5.js. All right. And as you can see, we have 11, 21, and 31. So this works pretty much just like a while loop. The only difference is it will always run the loop at least once. All right. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel and all that jazz. And I will see you guys in the next video.